right, Nick. The Detroit Lions, they are a greatly different looking team than they were last year, and they were in many years past. This is a Lions team that I haven't seen them look like this in quite a while, and that is a winning team. This is a team that I think can make a big improvement on this year. I think we're going to be surprised with how well they do, but this isn't the only thing they have going for them. A lot of great skill position players had a lot of big plays last week. And I want to know from the Lions fans in the comments below, what skill position player do you think is going to have the biggest game this week? Is DeAndre Swift going to come out and have crazy 9.6 yards per carry again? Is Amon-Ra St. Brown going to break out and have an even bigger game this week? Is Hawkinson going to get more involved in this offense? Let us know in the comments below who you think is going to be the best skill position player in this week's game versus the Commanders. But Nick, you've got some more exciting news for Lions fans. Why don't you let us know about that?
All right. So you know what takes skill minds to win money gambling? You know who has the most skill and the most brains? And that's Las Vegas. And for the first time since 2020, Las Vegas has the Detroit Lions a favorite in an NFL game. Think about that. Think about how much has happened between now and 2020. Just all the different life events, world events, and all that stuff. That's how long it's been since the Lions were a favorite. And that has changed with their matchup this weekend. This was first reported according to CBSSports.com. The Detroit Lions are the betting favorites for Sunday's game against the Washington Commanders. The Lions are a 2.5-point favorite against the Commanders. And if that line doesn't move drastically before Sunday, it would snap a 24-game streak of Detroit being an underdog, according to Caesars Sportsbook. All right, Maya. So we've talked a lot about it, and you kind of alluded to in your opening remarks there that this is kind of the next step in the Lions rebuild. Last year, they were kind of the lovable guys who are fighting to the very end. They just couldn't quite pull it off until the end of the season. They beat Minnesota on the last play of the game. They end up with 3 wins, and all the momentum, hard knocks, all that stuff. Dan Campbell, everybody loves that. But now is the time for them to take their next step, right? And to actually, instead of just getting close and being competitive and feisty and tough, to actually win football games. And what do they say good teams do? You win the games you're supposed to win. You win the games you're favored. Right now, they're a home favorite against a Washington team that is not very good, frankly. They're not very talented. They're not great at quarterback. Chase Young is still hurt, all that kind of stuff. So this is a chance for the Detroit Lions to make a statement and prove they're a good team, like you said, by winning a game they're supposed to win. And right now, the money in Vegas says they're going to win the game. What do you think of the Lions and just this whole situation here?
I think it's good, and I think that's a key point. Young is not back yet, and this Lions rushing attack looked pretty lethal against the Eagles, who I would say they have a decent front seven, a pretty good group of guys up there, some younger guys, but nonetheless, it's decent. DeAndre Swift went off, though. He ran for 144 yards on 15 carries, 9.6 yards per carry, a touchdown. Jamal Williams ran for a couple touchdowns as well. The rushing attack as a whole was very nice. It was a breath of fresh air for the organization, I believe. And Young not being there, I think the Lions have a big day on the ground again. I think this sets them up to continue this success here. And I think that Goff can continue. Some of these receivers have been having big days. I'm hoping to see Hawkinson get involved in this offense a little bit more. But nonetheless, when you got a guy like Carson Wentz, kind of crazy stuff happens. He's roaming around the pocket. He's putting his life on the line out there every single play. He's really not even afraid to die. I think he sprained both of his ankles at the same time last year. How did that even happen? So when you've got Aiden Hutchinson out there, when you got Malcolm Rodriguez, your new hard knock sweetheart out there playing linebacker, this defense could also feast on Carson Wentz as well. So I think the Lions just overall are set up for a pretty big day and a first win of the season that would really get their momentum started in the right direction.
And how about a big opportunity for a guy in Jared Goff? Because Goff, to all accounts, started slow against the Eagles. He finished strong, and obviously bringing them back, they finished this close to competing the comeback. But they need Jared Goff to start strong. And you better believe Jared Goff is looking to start strong and get out to a fast start so that way they don't fall behind again. And I really think the Washington Commanders, after seeing what Swift did against the Eagles, are going to be really keen on that running game. So I'm really excited to see that play action, that bootleg offense that Jared Goff had a lot of success with throughout his career, especially with his time in the Rams. I'm really excited to see Ben Johnson, offensive coordinator of the Detroit Lions, to call some of that early on, get Goff outside the pocket, get him in some play action game, hit Amon-Ra St. Brown, Hawkinson, or some of these other weapons for big plays early. Get up on them early, ride the momentum of the crowd, ride the momentum of Dan Campbell, and then use the running game and defense to finish it out. Sounds simple formula, I know, but that's really what the Lions need to do. They're actually the more talented team for once, right? They actually are a talented, good football team, especially compared to Washington. If they just act like it and treat it like they're a good football team, throw to get ahead, run the football and defense to finish it off, I think the Lions can make a powerful statement this Sunday and really continue that narrative that the rebuild is complete and they're ready to start on a really upward trajectory this season.